this is Snaily Snail. So I know it's been a while since I've done just like a regular talking video. It's because we were trying to go through renovations, trying to finish all our renovations. Some people have asked me for more like teaching style videos, so I guess we can do that. But just know you asked a random girl online to do it. We're just gonna start with question words. So we're gonna learn the 5 W's and the 1 H, and I'll throw in some other question words. So that way you'll at least know when someone's asking you a question or how to ask a question. So the first word is who, or asui. So there are lots of times where you get introduced to like a random person and then you're just like, I don't know who this is. So you can ask Niayasuya. They would hopefully answer Ngoi Hai, blah, blah, blah. And like they'll say their name or their relationship to you. I am like Richard's father, like Ngoi Hai Richard Papa. So when my parents gossip, they use code words for people. So then I'll have to ask Ni Gonggi Nasuya. Who are you talking about? Because they'll say something like Wong Ai, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who the hell is the emperor that you're referring to? So they use a lot of royal titles in their little gossip stories because they don't want, sometimes the person's like in the room with them. So I wait until everyone leaves. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, yo, so who are you talking about, you know? Like, Wong Ai Hai Asuya. And then they'll be like, oh, Wong Ai Mai Hai. Like this person. What is what? When I was a kid, my grandma would come into the room and it's like, Ni hiakim mo. Like, what are you eating? And I would say something like, oh, ngoi hiakim gai hong ko iben yu, like na toya kona. And then she's like, okay. So a lot of times I'll be eating very like Americanized food and she just wouldn't understand. I have a habit of like kind of daydreaming a lot or just like zoning out of a conversation. Someone might ask me, Ni namgi mo? Like, what are you thinking about? And this is where I'm like, oh, mom, what? It's like, not much. Yeah, another answer could be like, or what? So I'm thinking about like what I'm gonna eat tomorrow, or I'm thinking about what I'm going to do tomorrow. Another scenario could be, or like someone says your name and you're like, what? Because they just keep saying it and then they're like not telling you what they want from you. You just say, moi. Okay, where is Nai? My poor brother. He's like always in charge of picking up people. For example, he might be picking up my grandma and he might call her and be like, Niol Naya. And then she might say, oh, ngoyo aloha. Like I'm downstairs, or ngoyo temben or hoben. Like I'm in the front, I'm in the back, or monho. Another scenario could be sometimes when you're getting in trouble with your parents, they might want to know where you went yesterday. So they'll ask something like, oh, ni toma hui naya. Oh, ngoi toma hui a sui okay. Kia tiang ngoi hiện na ti toi. That's like the only reason why I go to anyone's home. So they're like, oh, I went to someone's home yesterday. They invited me to eat some pastries. Another scenario could be, where are we going tomorrow? Or it could be like, oh, sahan. Or meaning we're going to the beach tomorrow, or we are going to ride some roller coasters. Okay, the next word, when. Gisi. Yeah, I got this question a lot, so Nigisi fanoki. When are you coming back home? I usually say something like, like I'm thinking after 5:30 I'll go back home. My brother might be going to pick up my grandma or something, right? She'll be all ready, but the problem is she hasn't left her door. So we usually ask, what time are you leaving your door? Some time-related words that you should probably know. The morning is xiangjiu or jiudo. Noon is zong. Afternoon is ham. Evening is manhat. And then night is hatman or yeman. You can use those words with your time words. So you can say afternoon at 2:30, do you want to go get some dim sum? I know you don't usually get dim sum that late. You could say something like 2:30 is too late, can we go earlier? This one's a little bit more specific, but it's like Niki iam fanoki. So that one is asking you like, what o'clock are you coming back home? Like, what's the actual time that you're actually gonna get back home? Why? Gikai. An instance of using this word would be like, 니끼가 여거도. This is a rhetorical question. Do not answer it. You're probably in trouble if you hear something like this. You're probably being lectured right now because they're asking you why you had to do something like that. Yeah, they're like, why did you have to do that? And it's like a lot of judgment. Yeah, that's a rhetorical question. Unless you are demonstrating something, then someone, or like, for example, you're cooking and you don't understand a step. It's like, oh, 니끼가 요, like, diep na titoy koa or something. Or, you know, if you're annoying, you can just go, 기가야. Like, why? You know, like how little kids, they keep asking why. And the last question word is how. Okay, an example could be, like, you're asking how to cook congee. So, 니끼가 뭐죠? Like, congee is boiled, so like, how do you boil it? Is it low heat, high heat, blah, blah, blah. So those are the 5 W's and the 1 H, you know, those little basic question words that you learn. Hopefully you learn something. I won't be offended if you don't. In general, Chinese questions are actually very easy, depending on like who's asking. As long as it's not like a lengthy explanation, it's very simple once you understand the structure, because the answer is usually in the questions. An example would be, "Ni amatu bongor." So, can you help me? That's like how I would translate it in English. But if you look at it transliterally, it can you or not help me? So how you would answer is ngor matu bongni or ngor atu bongni. I can't help you or I can help you. So that's what I mean by like the answer is generally within the question already. So it's a little bit easier. As a little kid, there was this one grandma. She loved me. I have no idea like whose grandma it was, but she was just like, oh my God. She would tell my mom, "네가 노래상 whole song." I was very young at the time, and I just went, "Hello, Poo, hello, Yi," and then she was like, "Oh, Yulia." This grandma was like really hyping me up. She was just like, "Oh my gosh, she's so smart." She said, "Hai ngồi lo na kêu ngồi po." Like she saw that I was older, and so she called me grandma. You are never gonna get compliments like that anymore, like as you get older, but it's really helpful to just hang out with people who will compliment you over like the basic stuff. I think it encourages you to learn Chinese. And then if you have any questions for like from all this, leave it down below in the comments. I will try my best to respond. All right, see you next time. Bye. You could also be being yelled at. I don't. Can you tell I've been yelled at a lot?